Jai Hind everyone, welcome again to the Patriotic IAS. Let's start our IAS PCSwala Daily Current Affairs. Today is 25th of the April and we will see there is near about five topics that we are going to discuss one by one. There are more than five topics, but these are the five topics that are the major area that we will focus our discussion. Okay, so let's see that the first topic that we are going to discuss is the controversy related to the EVM. To control unit do not recognize the party's name. Here it is the Supreme Court observation, because continuously there is the case that yes, there can be the chances that the EVM can be rigged and EVM can be manipulated and hacked. So the hearing is going on into the Supreme Court. Again, there will be the next hearing. So it will be for the prelims as well as for the mains, because the basics about the EVMs that comes under this analysis will be for the prelims, and those the potential of the EVM for the democracy that will be the part of the mains. Then we will study that the RBI orders Kotak Bank to stop adding customer online. So here there is the sum of the direction that was given by the RBI in the case of the malfunctioning of the Kotak Mahindra, Kotak Bank. Okay, so here we have seen that continuous ignorance of those recommendations, as we know that whenever there is a situation where the banks do not perform, there is the cases where the chances of the non-performing asset of a bank is going to increase. In that case, RBI give direction. So here we will see that yes, again this is found in the case of the Kotak Bank. So it will be for the mains analysis. Okay. Then we will see the first Kinna Sarpanch in Lok Sabha free from the Damo. So this is Damo into the Madhya Pradesh. We will see that it under the society, the transgender community and how their representation is very low. This is the first, after the 75 years, the first time a transgender is going to contest, not the win. Not going to win, just even it is going to contest. This is the case, this is the situation in India. So it is for the GS paper 1 main society section. Then we will study the conflict from the Nebuchadnezzar to the Netanyahu. This is the situation of the conflict between the Persia and Israel, Jewish community and Persian people. So this is the fight, the trace of the fight from the ancient history till now. It is the even before the Buddha, when this fight, this tussle started. So it will be for the mains analysis. This is very important because you can use into the post word history as well, and also you can use into the international relation. Then we will study the National Clean Air Program. Under this, we have seen that the fund has not been utilized, misutilization, less utilization, unutilization. So it will be for the GS paper 3 environmental section, and we will study for the men's specific analysis. Okay, so let's start with the front page. The front page that's talk about two of the comment that is going on from the one ruling party. Ruling party is telling that the Congress plan for the equality is dangerous game, says Modi. Modi is telling, our Prime Minister Modi is telling that there could be the threat to the right to property. So you own your whole life, and Congress is planning to distribute all this to those who are on the religious ground. Religious means religious minority. Here the countering by the Congress. Congress is telling that the BJP is telling the lie. The Modi ji is terrified by its manifesto. And we are not talking about the caste, but we are talking about the justice, and justice will be on the basis of the caste. So one of the comment from the Rahul Gandhi, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, the former president of the Congress, telling that I am not interested into the caste. The thing is about the Nyay, and Nyay will be taken on the case basis of this caste, because the discrimination is done on the basis of the caste. So both are the political news. Most important news, this picture is the most important news. This is the Tiwa tribe, and they are found into the Assam, Anglong district, Karbi Anglong district of the Assam, and they are the tribal who celebrate the Yangli festival. Why? It is just before the sowing of the paddy. So they celebrate, they do the dance, they do the rituals, they also do the feasting. So please remember the Karbi Anglong district. This is the autonomous district. This is very famous, and the Tiwa tribe, they are very much famous for their their colorful festival, their colorful culture. So this is all about from this. This is very important in the prelims. They can ask the question. Next important news is with respect to the RBI order Kotak Bank to stop adding new customer online. So here it is due to there is the chance that the bank is not performing well, and there is chance that there could be the more and more default, and in that case the here it is the Tiva tribe. Look at here. Okay, so here the case is that it prohibits the Kotak Bank from the issuing phrase credit cards even. Why? Because chances of the defaulting of the bank is more. And whenever there is the such cases where the bank is not performing, in that case the RBI bring the corrective measure. And if the these banks are not following the corrective measure, in that case the RBI take the order. So here RBI have find that there had been the serious deficiency and non-compliance that has been into the its operation, IT inventory management, user access management, data security has been breached, and the business continuity and the disaster recovery measure. Because in the once a time into the 2022 there were the cases that there were the inconvenience due to the interruption from the services that is provided by the Kotak Bank. So that in that case, beside that we have find that the non-compliance with the corrective action plan here. This is very important. Corrective action plans that comes from the RBI, and it is in the case when the bank is not performing well. Okay, so here one of the case into the April 15, 2022 or 24 event, there was a serious inconvenience to the customer when there was the service disruption, and in that case the RBI holistically analyze all the performance criteria and find that the bank is not performing as per the rules mentioned. Okay, here this is the Tiva tribe. The next important news, again, it is with respect to from the front page, and it is talking about that EVM's control unit do not recognize the parties or the name. So there has been the allegation that many of the panel of EVM is not functioning, and there is chances that they are susceptible to the rigging. In that case, the RBI has, the Supreme Court has asked from the Election Commission that what is the condition. In that case, the Election Commission replied that the EVM and its electronic voting machine, okay, the microcontroller, that is the main technology that help into the controlling this. This is agnostic because they do not recognize the political parties and the candidates. So here you can see that the three parts of the EVM. The first part, this is the main ballot. Okay, so this is the main ballot unit. Here it is given. Then it is the control unit. Here they give the permission to cast the vote. So this is the control unit, and this is the VVPAT unit. From that you will see the slip that is coming and the box where it will fall down, and it will be taken into the custody so that they can be verified. So here the Supreme Court has asked the Election Commissioner, and Election Commissioner has said that there is no chance of the manipulation hacking, because these three units, they have the separate microcontroller, and they all are separately designed, and they are one-time designed. There is no chance that there could be the reprogramming, and the programming takes place only at the time of the manufacturing. So there is no chance of the hacking or any of such manipulation with all three units. That is the stand of the Election Commission. So this is all about from this news article. The next important news that we are going to take is the India's first Kinnar Sarpanch in the Lok Sabha fray from the Damo. So this Damo is into the Madhya Pradesh, and this Durga Bai Majwar. So she is contesting from the Madhya Pradesh, and she considers that she is the first transgender Sarpanch, and now she is going to be first contestant transgender into the Lok Sabha election. Okay, so you can see that what is the condition of those belonging from the transgender community. So they are mainly, there is so much stereotyping against these communities. The first is that they are considered at they are cause. So the first stereotyping is this. They are cursed. That's why they have they are in the third gender category. They are into the transgender category. Beside that, there you should know for the your prelims that already there has been one of the Kinner transgender elected at the MLA into the 2000, and she was from the Sohagpur by-poll seat. Okay, and we also one of the Kamla Jan, also known as the Kamla Mausi. So here the Sabnam Mausi, here the Kamla Mausi, she was already elected as a mayor into the Kattani city into the 1999. So already you should have that these information, because this information is important for the state prelims, very important. So if there is a confusion, if even into the GS paper mains of the UPSC, you can bring all these facts to write that what is the condition of the transgender. Okay. Now we are going to take most important news. This is very interesting news. This gives information the history of the rivalry between Israel and Iran, and it's a start not 2 day or the 100 day back or the 1000 day back, but it is start 2600 years back. So even it was before the Buddha born, the rivalry started. The rivalry started between the two words, that is the Jews word, that is the Israel, and other word, the Persia. And it start with the rivalry with the Assyrian king Nebuchadnezzar. He started the rivalry with the Persian word, and from there we can trace the rivalry, the enmity, the hostility between Iran and Israel. Okay, so this is the first thing. The second thing, the rivalry, you can trace the war between the Prophet Muhammad and Jews in 628 AD. When the Prophet Muhammad was there was a war, and it is here, 628. Now you will see that a very much rivalry that is going on. Even each of the nuclear weapon or the any of the weapon that is being developed by these wars are to targeting each other. For example, Iran had pursued the weapon of mass destruction and its capability only to target and make the range of the Israel. So drone, missile, nuclear weapons, all are there to attack the Israel. Same is with the Israel. Israel consider Iran as the existential threat. And again, its target, its make all the potential with respect to the Iran. And Israel never want Iran to acquire the nuclear weapon, and that's why it's make all the effort to prevent the Iran from acquiring the missile and the weapon technology with respect to the nuclear weapon. Here you will see that Iran now has made a proxy war. It's support different non-state actors such as the Hezbollah, Houthis, Hamas, all they are promoted by the Iran. Okay, so here you will see that continuous attack. Now we have seen that the attack first started from the Israeli side, and its attack the Iranian embassy, the diplomatic council, and there was the death of the many of the general of the Iran. Okay, Iran retaliated with the thousands of missile attack, and Israel claimed that 99% of this Iranian missile projectiles were shot down. Okay. After that, Israel hit back to the Iran, its central airbase, Isfahan airbase. Okay. And it was attacked by the drone and missile. So this is going on. Both of the nation, they are proving into their internal audience, their domestic audience, the victory with the each of these target. Okay. Further, you should know that when this migration, when this issue of the migration of Israel into the other world started, the first thing you will see that the first movement, Zionist movement, that's talk about there should be the separate state for the Jewish people, and it started near about 1897. Okay. And further it intensified with the Balfour Declaration. This was with the from the Britain. Britain was the colonial power of the region of the Arab, and that's why it declared that it will create the a state of the Jews under the Zionist movement. Okay, so here you will see that so many movement that started, and it was considered that the mainland for the Jews will be into the Palestine. This intensified, this culminated with United Nations adoption of the resolution for the partition of the Palestine in 1947, the same year India got its independence. So please remember that. Okay. So here the main aim of the United Nations resolution was that there will be the creation of the two separate states, one for the Arab world, that will be the Palestine, the second will be for the Jewish, that will be the Israel, and one neutral land, that will be the Jerusalem, because it is associated with the both Islam and the Jews. Okay. However, only the Israeli state was recognized, and the Arab state of Palestine, this concept was delayed. When in 1967, when there was the attack, the war between the Arab world and the Israel, Israel defeated the Arab world, Arab armies, combined Arab armies, and it took control on the Jerusalem, West Bank, and even to the Gaza. Okay, so this was the expansion of the Israel. Okay, further we will see that while the Arab states have largely paid lip service from the Palestinian cause, most of the Arab world, they just give the lip service, except one state, that is the Iran. Iran is very aggressive, very extremist on this, and it's pursuing this the cause to get the Arab world, Arab Palestine, with the so much effort on the ground, and that's why it's prepared the forces and it's created the axis of resistance that include the Hamas, Hezbollah, and Houthis. And to support them, it has created its own elite army that is known as the Kurds. Okay, Kurds forces, Kurds. Okay, Kurds means Jerusalem. It is part of the Iranian Revolutionary Corps. Okay. Here you will see that the historical fact of the Prophet Muhammad and the fight between the Jews and the Arab into the 628, and even this is in their slogan that is still they use, like the Khaybar Khaybar Ya Yahud Jaise Muhammad Sof Yahud. It means that Khaybar Khaybar, O Jews, Muhammad's army shall return. Okay, so here this is the famous slogan that still they reiterate, and even we see that recently Iran tested its missile that has the range of the 2,000 kilometers and that can attack the Israel, and the name of that missile is the Carbon missile. So this is important for the prelims. Whenever the prelims question comes, you should remember that where the Carbon missile belong to. It's they can give the example, they can give the option of the Iran, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, and maybe Kuwait or anything. Okay, so please remember all these things. Further, you will see that what is the plan by the Iran and Israel. You will see that as per the Iran tried to mobilize the 1 billion strong Muslim Ummah across the India, across the world, and it is very emotive Palestinian cause. There is also the moderate faction on the creation of the Palestine. They do not want the war or any of the arms struggle. They want diplomatic talk, and that's why they do not support the non-state actors for this proxy war. Okay, we have also seen that United States have also tried to bring these moderate other world countries such as the Bahrain, and also recently we saw that Saudi Arabia was about to join that. Already we have seen that the Bahrain and United States of Emirat, they have joined this and they are the part of this Abraham Accord. Why the Abraham Accord? you will see that the Abraham Accord, because Abraham is one of the prophet and he is associated with all the three religions, Christianity, Islam and Zionist. Okay. It is associated because it is considered the Abraham, the main word is the Abram. So Abraham is associated with the Jews because Jews consider that Abraham as the link between the God and the Jews, the first person that bring the link between the both. Christianity believes that Abraham is the a holiest person for the both believers and the non-believers. Okay, so that's why Christianity also respect the Abraham, and also the Islam respect the Abraham because they consider that the Prophet Muhammad lineage come from the Abraham. That's why this Abraham Accord want to bring all these three religion and the nation who are at the rival to the a single alliance. Okay, so here you will see that recently even the Saudi Arabia was about to join this Abraham Accord, but it is due to the October 7 attack that it's disrupted all the thing. You will see that the continuous attack from the Iran to the Israel and Israel to the Iran. Now Iran believes that it doesn't have the nuclear power, so it's by the time. It's want to delay the battle, full wage war. And what is the main cause of the Israel don't want to enter into the war? Because Israel consider that it is a small state, it doesn't have that much capacity. Maybe it have the state of art armament that is provided by the US, but it's want a attack that should be the sharp and short-term attack on the Iran. Okay, so this is all about. Beside that, what could it impact? The impact of the Iran and Israel war could be mostly on the instability into the West Asia. It can disrupt the oil supply, oil production in the Arab world. That is the main income point. That is the main source of the income. If it is disrupted, it will become very difficult for these countries of West Asia to sustain. So they don't want to go for the full-fledged war. Okay, and we will see that it will have the repercussion on India. The first thing that it will increase the price of the crude oil and other crude resources. The second thing is that it will also cause the impact on the remittances that India get on annual basis. Near about the 9 million Indian, they are walking into these other words. 9 million means 90 lakh of the people. And they are sending near about the $40 billion annually. So you can imagine what is the impact, what are the economic impact, what is the social impact, because if the job is not there, already India is suffering from so much unemployment. If these people are coming back, so it will increase the unemployment and the pressure on Indian resources. So this is also going to impact the India's overall social and economic scenario. The other area is the diplomatic ties that we have recently saw that I2 U2 initiative. I2, 2I, it is the India and what is about the I, second I, Israel. Okay. First is India, second is Israel, and U first is for the US and second is for the United Arab Emirates. Here, in between I said the United States Emirates, it is the United Arab Emirates. So it was just slip of the tongue. Okay. Besides that, it disrupts the different infrastructure initiative. For example, we are going to build up the road port into the Chabahar that is in the Iran, that our reply to the Gwadar port of the Pakistan that is made by the China. So we are making parallelly in the Chabahar. We want to enter the road, making the road to enter into the Central Asia and to the Russia, also to the Europe. And we also making the India Middle East to Europe economic corridor that has recently proposed, and this will go through the West Asia. Besides that, India is the largest community of the Shias after the Pakistan and Iran. So also it is going to impact, because if Iran is going into the war, the Shias of the India, they have the emotional connection with these all due to the religion. So we will see that India will also get impacted if there will be the full-fledged war. So here we will see that how the history of the Israel and Arab world started, how their rivalry started. There was only a very small time when the rivalry was not there. It was during the Pahlavi's time, when it was when it was the pro-American regime into the Iran. Okay, here it is given that it was only during the Pahlavis. Where is this? So at that particular time, it was the pro-American state, Pahlavi's era. And by 1979, it was restored again the rivalry, because this Pahlavi's era that was ended with the Islamic revolution into the Iran. So this is all about from this news article. Next important news that we are going to take is again from the editorial. This is talking about the Surat Simputum. The BJP is restoring to the foulest means to eliminate any opposition. Here we have seen that in the Surat, the candidate from the BJP that has been declared unopposed winner. Okay, so unopposed, he has won this election of the Lok Sabha, and this is first time into the last 12 years. Okay, so here we have seen that this is not the unopposed. That was the foul play, that is the main thing. Here we have seen that the main opposition, that was the Congress, Congress candidate was the Nilesh Kumbhani, and he was declared as the non-qualified, disqualified, because his nomination paper declared on the affidavit that the signatory were the forged. The thing is here, this person is neither responding anything, and the signatory of his affidavit were his close relatives. They were like his where is this? They were like his brother-in-law and his nephew. All they were his signatory, and despite their signature was forged. Okay, so this is the thing that's showing that there is the foul play. The thing is that even after that, the returning officer, that is the district magistrate of the Surat, you should know that the district magistrate also become the returning officer at the district level, at the constituency level. Okay, so he declared the BJP as the winner. So it is the unopposed selection and election of the BJP candidate from the Surat. The main thing is that the way it was, the power, the money and the misinformation was used in all this thing. And we have seen that some similarity with the recently seen the mayor election into the Chandigarh, where the BJP candidate was declared as the winner despite there was more number of the candidate, the vote with the opposition, that was the combined Congress and the AAP. Here again we see that already we have seen that the BJP has already won this seat with a huge margin from the 1989 till now. But the thing is, the way you have declared the winner as unopposed is the threat to the Indian democratic system, because India has provided the ideas, contestation of the ideas and synergy over century, and that's why the democratic situation and condition that flourishes in the India. This is the situation that here it has explained. The second news, again, it is with respect to the first phase of the election, where the number of the turnout, the electorates for the voting was less. It was near about the 62%, near about 7% lesser than the previous, the Lok Sabha election of the 2019. Here we have seen that the election commission is of the view that it was due to the heat wave, and that's why it has constituted a committee that include the Indian Meteorological Department, Ministry of Health, Family Welfare, and the National Disaster Management Authority. Okay, so here they want to ensure that there is the sufficient facility at the booth level. Besides that, the editorial is talking about there should be the insecurity of the facility, such as the sitting arrangement, the water and the cooling arrangement. Beside that, there should be the rest room whenever there is the need, and there is the first hand ad that is needed whenever there is the such condition. So here it is given that the booth has shaded waiting areas with the sitting, air flows, oral rehydration options, sanitary facility, fruits, updated first aid kits, and wheelchairs. All this thing is needed to be brought there. So all these could be the suggestion from this committee as well. Okay, beside that we can see that there could be the rescheduling of this election into the non-summer month. Okay, however, despite the rescheduling into the non-summer month, these are the facilities that is important to increase the number of the voter turnouts. Okay, here beside that we have seen that we are going to use the resources such as the ASA workers, accredited social health, and they must instead bank on the separate cadre as well. Okay. So the heat related morbidity and the mortality as well as reconcile its number with the those National Crime Record Bureau. Okay. So here the data collection that should be there from the health ministry, and it should also collect the shared data about the all these things. So this is all about from this news that is mainly analyzing the condition that is there during the election phases, first election phase, and due to the lesser number of the turnout, low turnout into this first phase of the election. Next important news that we are going to take is on the National Clean Air Program. So what is this? This is the program under that the Government of India launched National Clean Air Program. Okay. So under that, what we wanted to achieve? We wanted to achieve the reduction in the particulate matter. Okay, so particulate matter is the mainly associated with the main pollutants, with the air pollutants. So this is the most harmful pollutant that is prevalent across the cities, and we have targeted that we will reduce it by the 20 to 30% by the 2024. However, the base year was the 2017. So the amount of this particulate matter was into the 2017. We want to reduce 20-30% of that by the 2024. It means that if it was 100 PM that was into the 2017, by the 2024 we want to reduce it by the 17, 100 to 70. So that will be the reduction into the 20 to 30%. However, we changed the goal, we improved it, and we made the target of the 40% by the 2027. The base year was remain the same, base year 2017. Is it clear that it means that whatever the level of the PM pollutant was into the 2017, we want to reduce 40% of that level by the 2026. So still after the 2 years, we will see that what is the situation. But the thing is that this is not despite the cities. They are consistently submitting their CAAP. What is the CAAP? This is the different actions under the National Clean Air Program. This is the Clean Air Action Plan, the plan that is to be taken by the cities. They are submitting all these on a regular basis. However, there is the unutilization of the fund, allocated fund, the Ministry of the Forest and the Climate Change. Whatever the fund they are allocating to these cities, they are using only 60%. It means that I have been assigned with the sum of the task and I have been given 100 rupees. I am using only 60 rupees, 40 rupees I am returning. The situation is not, where I have been given to the spent 100 rupees, the thing is not able to fulfill despite I am not using 100 rupees. To make the effort, make the action plan implemented on the ground. This is the main issue. So implementation delay, that is the main thing, and it is due to the approval. The approval, despite the allocation, approval is not taken from the competent authorities. Okay. Beyond, we have seen that yes, we are collecting the data, we are talking about the model, we need to swift implementation, that is lacking. Okay. So what mainly we need to target? We need to target to reduce the bureaucratic red tapeism. Okay, and this is by the utilizing shared, standardized and technical evaluation. Okay, so this is the thing that is needed to be taken so that we can achieve this program, to make this clean air program successful. So this is all about from the this news, and we have covered most of the relevant news from the today's newspaper. So here we will conclude our session. Thank you for joining the session. All the best. Jai Hind.